29th of Aurore, 1496. It's my birthday! And to commemorate that, I have bought this new diary to memorialize what's going to happen now that I finally come of age. Windira has been insufferable lately, flaunting her new boyfriend at every occasion. He's only a penniless minor noble, and not even that handsome. I'm sure Mother has someone far more splendid in store for me. Yeah, it makes me giddy, thinking about what my future husband would be like. A wealthy politician? A landlord? Maybe even a prince from a foreign land? Doesn't Ignicia have a prince somewhere? Ah, never mind. I just hope he's as fierce and handsome as my dear Carlos. I never knew a fictional character could set the bar so high. Time to go to the salon. I can't wait to see what Mother has prepared for this glorious day. 30th of Aurore, 1496. I'm packing my belongings now. Mother says I am to go to Silvantel to help the scholars there with their activities. Although I surely am excited to see the capital city of the elves, I can't shake the feeling that something is dreadfully wrong. It's almost as if she's casting me out, but this cannot be the case, right? More later. Mother has prepared a soiree for all her friends this evening, and I have to act every bit the perfect daughter. Surely she will see she's making a big mistake sending me away then, no? 1st of Atreus, 1496. It's cold outside, but no amount of late winter snow is colder than what I feel in my heart right now. I've been given a pouch of gold, a low-level administrative job at the Moonspire Archives, and a one-way carriage ride to Silvantel. Mother said only a few words at the soiree last night. Mirabelle, dear, you have served your purpose. The ladies are all envious of what you have become, and it gives me more glory and leverage than I could have hoped for. But the charade is over now. Please leave my estate and don't come back. I have been generous enough by giving you some gold and a job, so you will not cause trouble and burden me any further. Now, please be gone, dear. My champagne is losing its fizz. And now here I am, in a carriage on the road. How could she do this to me? I was everything she could ever want in a daughter. I know how to dance, how to sing, and how to move gracefully in her social circles. Moreover, I loved her more than I ever loved anyone. And now it turns out to have been one-sided all along. Ah, what am I gonna do? 14th of Atreus, 1496. I finally finished furnishing my tiny apartment. Luckily, it came with a job, otherwise I'd be completely homeless and back to square one. At least she did this for me. As for the job itself, it's not terrible. I'm mostly archiving documents and picking up and delivering parcels. My new boss. Ugh, what a banal word. Magister Silverion. He seems to be more interested in keeping everything tidy and perfectly organized than the people he has working under him. I suspect he will not give me much trouble as long as I'm not too much trouble myself. I have noticed him glancing over at me with... once or twice, maybe. Or maybe I'm just imagining it all, and I just see what I want to see. A way out of this misery. 6th of Terame, 1496. Summer is upon us. Unfortunately, I probably won't be able to enjoy it, just as I haven't enjoyed spring very much. Every day I seem to be losing money. Deep down, I know I cannot keep up the lifestyle I used to have, but it is so hard. I haven't bought a gown in ages, and even though I earn enough not to die of hunger or cold, I certainly miss eating lemon cakes this summer. I'd forgotten they were so expensive. Not to mention, I'll be missing attending the great summer balls, being admired by dignitaries and casting glances at handsome young men. I'm too young to be wasting away here. Last night, on Terramore and Unity Day, I had enough for one evening and found myself in a tavern, to at least forget about my sorrows for a few hours. I danced, I listened to music, had a rather spicy fire ale or two, and even came into contact with the man who claimed to be the head of the brewery of said ale, a rather boisterous young dragonborn gentleman named Dilxor, after his grandfather he mentioned multiple times. Well, I won't tread into details, but it felt good to be loved again, even if only for one evening. And those strong arms and that draconic heat felt good on my skin. Enough to keep me sane for a little while longer. More pressing matters, though. This hangover is killing me. How can I work like this? More soon. 24th of December, 1496. I saw Winzira in the streets today. At least someone resembling her. Maybe my mind is playing tricks on me. Maybe I'm anchoring for my old life so much that I'm having visions of things affiliated to my past life. Or maybe she's actually in the city for a while. Anyway, I ignored her and quickly went into another alley. I really don't want to hear any stories of how well she did compared to me. 29th of Aurore, 1497. 1 year since my life shattered into little pieces and I was stripped down to a shadow of my former self. I'm 19 years old now. I remember my first birthday with Mother 10 years ago now. We went to see a play that had fantastic beasts of light on display, conjured up by powerful mages. It was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. I was then dressed up in a magnificent golden dress, and Mother took me to visit many of her friends. The visit lasted until well into the evening, and even though I was getting so tired, I never lost my poise, and Mother would smile upon me afterwards, saying I did so well, and that the other children, many of which I still remembered from my time at the Second Chance, didn't have a fraction of the grace I possessed. Remembering this now, it makes me both sad and warm inside. Perhaps I just should drink myself into a stupor tonight. I deserve it. It is my birthday after all. 21st of Umbraloom, 1497. Funny as it may be, I'm healing. You know, one thing I never gave Lady Nanette the satisfaction of knowing is the fiery magic coursing through my body. I always kept my magic power under wraps. I don't even know why, but now I'm glad I did. It would just have given her more reason to brag to her friends. Unfortunately, I know nothing of these powers, and though I've learned to control them over the last few months, they still leave me with a sour aftertaste in my mouth. Perhaps it is because these powers are the only link to my true heritage. I never knew either of my parents, and I've also never met another fire genasi before. Someone I could ask if it's normal to be able to light my candles with just a look, or make someone go to sleep at will. Perhaps I shouldn't worry about all this. Lady Nanette always said magic users were untrustworthy charlatans, though I've seen her enjoy many magical spectacles over the years. I miss those, the shows, the pretty dresses, and above all, her. Learning to be a proper lady was one of the happiest things I ever did, and for all the atrocious things she did to me, she also made me the strong young woman I am today, and I will get through this. Watch me, world. Mirabelle is coming. 29th of Aurore, 1498. 2 years since I left Stonehaven, and I am officially no longer a teenager. My once so pretty gowns have started to fray a little, and unfortunately not even my magic can fix them. There is positive news on the horizon though. Magister Silverion seems to be trusting me more and more every week, and the tasks he gives me are more important and delicate every day. Who knows? Maybe I can work myself up, actually become somebody here. Somebody who got there due to her own diligence and skill, and not because of her famous last name. Of course, Magister Silverio never ceases to tell me my job is forfeit at the tiniest error, but so far I have overcome every challenge. Who knows, I might even get a pay raise? I bought a lemon cake for my birthday. Zero regrets. 9th of Atreus, 1498. I can't believe it! I've been imprisoned! It all started when I had to deliver some delicate scrolls for Magister Silverion. Fell off some scaffolding, and suddenly I ended up in the sewers with a filthy rat catcher named Zal. He promised to bring me back to the surface so I could continue my errand, but before we got to a ladder, we stumbled upon some strange rat cultists who were transforming rats? I don't know, it seemed very surreal, but before I knew it, this man Zal killed them. I killed the evil rats, probably the bravest thing I ever did, and I became an accomplice of his. Naturally, we were caught by the guards, and now I'm rotting in a prison cell, stinking of sewer with a bunch of scary strangers I cannot see. I'm innocent, I'm mortified, and I just want to go home. So I'm afraid I'll no longer have a home. The important scrolls I needed to deliver are now sitting in my pack, all drenched and probably illegible. Magister Silverion will surely fire me now, and everything I worked for in the last 2 years will go up in smoke. That is, if I even get out of this prison alive. My life is over. Mirabelle Moreau, 20 years old.